So this happened about 3 years ago, and I'm still laughing about it. I was a junior dev at this revolutionary fintech startup. Let's call them CoinFlow. The CEO, Brad, was the worst kind of tech bro. Ferrari in the parking lot. We're a family speeches on Monday. Mass layoffs on Friday. You know the type. Here's where it gets good. Brad was obsessed with cutting costs, so he made every employee sign this insane contract clause. Employee agrees to reimburse the company for any software license, cloud service, or digital resource used for non-work related purposes at the company's discretion. Translation: if you watched a YouTube video on the work laptop, Brad could charge you whatever he wanted. He actually billed my coworker, Steve, $400 for unauthorized Spotify usage. Steve quit. Brad laughed. Cue me, quiet, polite, forgettable me. I read that contract 40 times, and I found it. One beautiful, glorious loophole. The clause said employees reimburse the company, but it never specified the reverse relationship. And buried in the employee handbook was a mirror clause stating all digital resources are to be used reciprocally and fairly between parties. Brad's lawyer clearly copy-pasted from a template and never read it, so I started documenting. Every single time Brad used the company Slack to plan his Vegas trips. Every Uber Eats order expensed as client lunches, like every Netflix login on the company VPN, his personal Amazon order shipped to the office, his girlfriend's flight booked through the company Expedia account. For 8 months, I collected receipts, screenshots, server logs, expense reports. I had a spreadsheet that would make an auditor weep with joy. Then Brad tried to bill me $1,200 for bandwidth misuse because I'd listened to a podcast during lunch. Karma time. I forwarded my entire documentation package to the CFO, the board, and, this is the good part, the IRS, because old Brad had been writing off all that personal stuff as business expenses. Tax fraud, baby. The board fired Brad within a week. The IRS audit uncovered $2.3 million in fraudulent deductions. Investors pulled out. CoinFlow filed Chapter 7 4 months later. Brad's Ferrari got repossessed in the parking lot. I watched from the window with a coffee. Best part? The bankruptcy trustee hired me as a consultant to help identify company assets. I made more in 6 weeks than Brad paid me all year. The clause he wrote to bleed employees dry ended up being Exhibit A in his own downfall. TLDR, corrupt CEO wrote a predatory contract clause. I found the loophole, documented his personal spending for 8 months, tipped off the IRS, and watched his company collapse while getting paid to help clean up the wreckage.